Alright guys, welcome to the driving portion of the video. This is the most important part of the car since it is a hot hatch. So we're going to go find some back roads and we'll do a 6 to 7/10 run on it and kind of go from there. So I've been driving the car for about 20 minutes now trying to get to this location, and it doesn't really put a foot wrong. Again, we're gas motor cars. If anything was mechanically wrong with the car, we'd get it sorted. But there's no clunks. The brakes grab nice and tight and high. Engine feels good. There's really no complaints. So we're just gonna kind of drive it and show what these are kind of capable of on a twisty back road, because that's where these cars shine and kind of belong. This is a hot hatch anyways. These are B-road weapons. And hopefully my GoPro's picking up, but I got the little engine AMG kind of real-time dyno going. So that's always kind of fun to have. Yeah, we've got coolant temp, we have oil temperature. My tires are ice cold, so let's go attack some corners. It's fun. It's probably 20-something degrees outside right now, and there is actually a tire temperature screen on here. So you slide over. I am in manual mode. Let's see here. There we go. So it does show. Let's see here. You got your G meter, and yep, there's tire temp. So we're about 25 degrees Celsius. We'll try dry some heat and tire here. I'm gonna put this back on the engine mode. So what's really cool about this is you get all these good telemetrics and good information on like really vital stuff for if you do want to track this car. So yeah, we're all good to go. I'm gonna get past some of these houses and then we're gonna attack this road about 6 to 7/10. Brakes are really good. Continentals, as you'd expect, nice and grippy. Downshifts are very fast too. We'll get late on the brakes here. No complaints. C8 Corvette in front of me. Pull off the side of the road, give him some space, and we'll give another run here in a second. Traffic. We're just gonna kind of cruise here for a second. That's okay, because cruising is what this car is mostly gonna do. Since we live in a society where there's a lot of people on the road, a lot of cars on the road. A lot of slow Corvettes on the road. You know how it is. But yeah, I mean the steering, obviously it's E-Pass. but you can still feel, you know, a little bit of undulations in the road. There's still a little bit of feedback. It's nicely weighted. It weights up in the turns. The brakes are very impressive. We have obviously an aggressive pad in here, but I love brake pedal feel. Mercedes has always done brake pedal feel really well, other than on their early SBC cars and SLRs. Those are all a little funky, but everything else, it feels really good. But yeah, I mean, the steering wheel is nice and big. You can see the gauges really clearly through the top section of it. The ergonomics are great. The seats are comfortable. They've got a lot of good bolster. The seat bottoms, they're a little flat. It is an A-class after all, but there is some decent bolstering on it. The steering wheel, the telescope, and the elevation is all manual, which I do like. It's a little bit less complexity, less weight, less things to break in the future. Oh, that was a Z06. Okay, well, that was a good road. I don't know why he was going so slow. But, yeah, just a Saturday cruise, I suppose. That's totally fine. Yeah, the gearbox is very responsive. It's not PDK fast, nothing really is, but it's still very quick. The cabin's very quiet, very low NVH actually. I mean, it is a modern Mercedes after all. It's gonna be pretty quiet. But no, I like a quiet cabin, even on, you know, kind of a sporty car. It's a hot hatch. It's supposed to do everything well, and I think having a quiet cabin is very important on these cars. But we're gonna give ourselves some room here, open up the road a little bit. But yeah, I mean, all my seat functions worked. You have a lot of adjustability in the seat. This does have radar cruise control as well. You can control all the functions from the steering wheel. But we'll get back on it for a little bit here. This is an incredibly complete package for anyone who really only has the use of, or really has the need for just one car. This is a one-car solution. Hot hatches are good about. It's an enthusiast who only has one garage space. You can't get much better than this. This is a Mercedes-Benz Golf R competitor after all. Grip. I can feel the diff working a little bit on that turn. Try this one. Yeah, there's some torque vectoring going on there. I felt the car, it wanted to understeer, but it was putting more power down through you know, one wheel, and it was pulling me into the corner. So, really good thing about these new hot hatches is they're really smart differentials on them. Ah, there's an E55 in that garage over there. Pre-facelift, it's very cool. But again, stuck behind someone else. There's really not a lot bad to say about the car. I mean, this thing drives really well, and I say this as an AMG owner. Mercedes generally don't have, like, you know, a classical fun factor about them, but this one does. God, you just shoot it out of corners. Get really deep in the brakes. Use the diff. Just absolutely grabs. It's so planted, it's so stable. Sometimes on hot hot hatches, you go into a corner really hot, you have the fear of understeer. This one doesn't. You can just freaking power out of it. It's unbelievable. Are really good. I am in sport. It's not overly firm. It's really good. Usually these cars will make you chip a tooth, but this one doesn't. God, Mercedes-Benz did a great job with this car, guys. We're gonna end it there, and we finally got a little bit of heat in the brakes. That's nice. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything that I forgot, left out of the auction, please leave a comment, either in the YouTube video or in the comment section, and we'll get back to you. But yeah, this is a very complete package. This is a super rare car. There's only a handful in the US, and yeah, these have come through Canada, I believe. This is a Canadian market car. And yeah, if you want to have something on the road that no one else has, and you only have one garage space, and you'd like to drive fast, but you also want to do IKEA runs or road trips or carry 5 people, you buy this. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, what's up, everyone? We're going to do a walk around video on this A35 AMG hatchback. So this is cool because we're Americans and we didn't get this car. And hatchbacks are just generally really cool and very European. I love a hot hatch. And this is kind of like a Golf R if Mercedes, you know, made a competitor to it. But all right, well, we'll start at the front. So we do have some PPF on the hood. We've got some on the quarter panel right here. And let's see. Yep, on the mirror caps too. Nothing right here, so it's just a front clip. And obviously it's gonna have it on the bumper too. So we had that installed by a very reputable shop here in Atlanta. And they do very good work. They wrap Bugattis, CGTs, 911Rs, all that good stuff. Cool. We'll kind of start at the wheels here. We do have some aggressive pads on, and I believe we have the OEM ones in the trunk. No curb rash on any of the wheels. We got, what are these, Continental, they're Pro Contacts, they're Conti Sport Contacts. Super perky tire. I like the Continental. Cool, we do have this does have the AMG Aero package on it, so you have a rear diffuser, which you can quite literally stick your arm in under the bumper, and then you have this really cool spoiler on the rear. It does have, I believe there's a couple night packets, so you have the blacked out chrome trim, and this does have a an A35 front grille. We're going to go into the engine bay real fast and take a look around. Do have illuminated door sills. I believe it's just for the front. Yep, just for the fronts. There we are. Do have a power strut, which is nice to see on a real A-Class. So here's the engine. This is making about, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 340, 350 horsepower. These were, I think, 302 from the factory. This does have a inventory carbon intake, and we do have a downpipe as well. See that? This is obviously a direct injection engine, so this sounds a little loud and sticky, but let's just make these things. And I believe that is an interstate battery battery. Alright, we'll start at the trunk, I guess. We'll go to the inside. So, I mean, as someone who's owned countless amounts of GTIs and hot hatches, this excites me. I love a hatch. It's a very nice carpet. Excuse all the camera gear, but you do have all the toolkit and everything under here. We got jumper cables. These are the stock pads. Let's just pop them open. Yep, those look like the stock pads. And you do have a little tonneau cover here. It's hung up there. And it being a hot hatch, we have a whole lot of cargo over here. We'll go ahead and drop both these seats. So good amount of cargo space. Love the usability of these things. Cool, you do have kind of a bucket seat rear and armrest with your cup holders, because you know, we're a modern society, we like to have big gulps in our cars. Cool, and yeah, there's the rear of the, kind of see through it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, you do have a climate control in the rear. I should say climate control vents in the rear. And also you're gonna have them, you know, under the seats obviously too. Alright, so let's get to the business end in the front seat, but do have heated seats and Alcantara door cards with the brushed aluminum finishes here. You have your nice little aggressive bucket seat, and ooh, what I also like about this, it's like old BMW. You got little thigh extenders. AMG floor mats front and rear. Alright, so here's the cabin. Very nicely appointed. You have this kind of faux perforated leather dash. Got more brushed aluminum there. Have all your controls on your steering wheel. That's what I like about A-Class. It's a lot of S-Class trickle-down technology. So yeah, you've got your different modes here. You can select manual or an automatic. You have the individual drive modes here. So you can go comfort, sport, sport plus. You can play with all the modes there. You have the little red leather strippy boy there because, you know, race car. Let's see here. You got a lot of functions in the instrument clusters, which are all screens now. Navigation, phone, radio. There's a really cool track thing here. So you have all your telemetry. Let's see, racetrack. You've got a Road Atlanta selected. That's the closest one to us. It's about an hour away. That's really cool. And then, yeah, you've got your little engine performance thing. You can see how much torque and horsepower you're putting out. And I do like an oil temperature gauge too, which is great to see. Cool, so you got a USB-C port here. I believe you can charge your phone in there. Let me give it a shot. There it goes. It's charging. And yeah, you've got your manual mode here. You can turn off traction control there. These are adaptive dampers, so you can put it on soft, firm, or Viagra. It's, you know, pretty harsh ride, but it's good for a smooth racetrack. What do we have here? Yep. Is that blind spot? Let's put it reverse. I've just got a reverse camera for that. That's just sensors. I did see sensors while we were around the car. And yeah, you got all your other functions here, but also a huge sunroof. We might as well show the operation of that. Absolutely gigantic. Very cool. So sunroof operation does work. Cool. Sun visors. does illuminate. You pick broccoli out of your teeth at night time. It's very useful and handy. Glove box. I actually haven't looked in here. We do have books and manuals, which I need to photograph, or I'm gonna get screamed at by my boss. So I'm gonna go do that. And yeah, there's the interior appointments of the car. I know everyone who's looking at this video is probably only going to care about driving dynamics, which we're going to get to next. And I'm gonna find a nice twisty back road, and we're going to show what this car is capable of.